Hello everyone. Doki Doki. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus Hypnosis. My name's Samanuga, to those of you who don't know me or are new to the stream. I'm a virtual hypnotist, helping to transform your gaming experience and life to the next level with immersive hypnosis. Basically what I do is I combine video games and similar mediums like virtual reality with hypnotic suggestions to enhance the gaming experience or to transform it entirely. Hello DBC, Anuju1992, Dynamic underscore Hayden, and Bunini Keniasha. Hello everyone. So I've changed my background. I'm in the classroom now. It's based off the Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Though I am looking into a proper, proper avatar cam setup. But unfortunately, a lot of other things are currently occupying my plate. So that is going to be coming down the line. Anyways, I believe where we last left off, we finished the first part of understanding, and the goal of this is we're trying to get through all of these, and I believe there's another hidden story within the files, within the game. I believe that there are some things that we're missing. Obviously, this virtual machine setup and the mail especially is telling. I'm believing that even the names themselves and similar could be an indication. So we might unlock more through the side stories, but I really want to see if we can unlock as many things as possible before we try resetting. Because I have a theory that you might have to actually replay the games. Oh, it's okay. I have a theory that we might actually have to reset the Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, or Doki Doki Literature Club. So, yeah. I'm only really hesitant because I don't want to reset all of our data, but it is possible that might be a thing we have to do. Well, I'm gonna try to get 100% as closely as possible. There's just some things that we did miss in that first run through. Even though I didn't know I did get the true ending, there are things we still did miss, which I think is only possible by restarting the game from the start. So the question is if all the total data, like the data collected here, is going to be wiped out, or if it's just the game data. All modified entities, environments, and data will be reverted to the original state. So that's the thing. Because it implies that it resets this entire virtual machine, which would honestly suck, like, a lot. So I don't want to do that. That being said, I'm gonna be doing the voice acting hypnotic suggestion for auditory hallucination, relaxation, let's see, with each major scene change. How about that? Because I don't think I can save in side stories. Let's see, maybe we'll blushing. Blushing will do the awe thing again. I don't believe there's gonna be any horror segments within the side stories, so we'll kind of just go ahead with that. We just stopped. Hug energy. Okay. Oh yeah, that one just freaks me out. I'm trying to find... Hold on. There we go. So I don't think the dev will put a reset in the game with this for our purposes, yeah. Okay, I was gonna use this song to do the hypnosis against. Okay, everyone. Just focus on the upper right udder of... No, I'm kidding. You can focus within the candy, or anywhere else that you like, anywhere that captures your attention. As a warning, with the exception of the relaxation, these are not exactly beginner suggestions, so if you're absolutely new to hypnosis, I do have a beginner video linked down in the about section. Otherwise, once you're ready, all you have to do is just focus, keeping an open mind, just listening along to the sound of my voice, and following along with my instructions as closely as you can, and at your own pace. If you do not wish to be hypnotized, you would like not to be hypnotized, then that's absolutely fine. You do not have to follow along. You can just sit back, relax, watch, and enjoy the show as is. But for everyone else who wants the suggestions, you can gaze into the center of the candy, the center of my voice, and just take a nice long, big deep breath, all the way in, and all the way out. Just start to slowly start to close your eyes, only as fast as you easily allow yourself to breathe even deeper at no nice, deft, and comfortable pace, to relax even more powerfully, to naturally listen even more closely, and to more intensely focus on the sound of my voice. All those times where you had a nice daydream, where everything else faded away, and you were intensely zoned in, like reading a book, watching a movie, playing a really enrapturing video game. All those times, all those moments, but even more intensely than before, just coming up in your mind. And you're doing absolutely great and absolutely fantastic right now. And because you're sitting or lying back or laying down and listening to the sound of my voice, you can be even more intensely attuned to the suggestions I'm giving you. And when you're listening just like that, everything I say becomes naturally more flowing, past your consciousness, deeper and deeply into your subconscious. And I'm just gonna naturally count down from 5 down to 1. Each and every single step of the way, you can easily just follow along, relaxing at different parts of your body, tightening your focus. And when I say the word sleep, it doesn't mean to actually fall asleep. It doesn't mean to lose consciousness. All it means is you can naturally just relax, letting everything else go, closing your eyes as if drifting out to sleep, while maintaining nice, tight, powerful focus on the sound of my voice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way in, all the way out. Sleep. All the way down deep. Deeper and deeper and deep. All the way down, all the way deep, all the way fast asleep. Drifting, dreaming, floating, flying to a very nice and pleasant place. And you are there, in your most powerful state of mind, where naturally and easily almost anything can happen with unlimited potential. and because the state of mind naturally belongs to you and solely you, that if I or anyone else were to say something that brings you discomfort, harm, or suggest something that goes against your wills and morals, then naturally, powerfully, and automatically you can always wake up at any point at any time, no matter the suggestion, no matter what is going on. So as long as everything I'm naturally saying is good, happy, fun, easy, happy, useful, good for you, then you can let my words sink all the way in, all the way deep, into your subconscious, just like a rock thrown into the midst of a lake, bubbling, 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 all the way down. And for the rest of the stream, I'm just going to go by suggestions one by one, and you can choose which ones you like to take in or not. Every single time there's a major screen wipe, fade in, fade out, a scene change, then naturally, you can just feel a nice wave of relaxation, of refreshment, brushing across your entire body. If you like, when I voice act, when I speak the characters' lines, you can hear in parallel, in tandem, the girls' voices over mine or under mine, as much or as little as you like to hear, all the emotion, all the inflections, and all the tones. Aside from that, anytime that a girl blushes, anytime one of the girls blushes, you just find it so almost unbearably cute and adorable, with the urge to just type or say "aww" in the chat or in real life. It just makes you feel really, really happy, feel really, really good when you do so. Let all of this sink all the way in, and all the deep naturally, as you wake up in the count of 5. And the higher you wake up, the deeper this all sinks down, and this lasts until the end of the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All the way up, wakey wakey. Okay. Just let me know as long as you hear things clearly. Alright. I think this is the one we didn't do yet. So last time we left off, Yuri had just joined the club. Sayori volunteered to help out Yuri and to hang out with Yuri. They both read a long story together, but something Sayori said made Yuri seem unhappy or frustrated, and she left without taking her book. So that's kind of where we left off. Sayori's just like, what the fuck just happened? Alright, wakey wakey everybody, all the way up. Hopefully we're all good to go. Okay. So Sayori was the first to enter the classroom. Anxiety courses through her relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? Sitting at a desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Stamp, 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 stamp. Why am I letting this affect me so much? I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy, but my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts, banging into drawers and desks and chairs, making a mess. She gets her deprecating thoughts into a chokehold. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. Hello there, Astro Rhino 66. Minutes pass, and nobody enters the classroom. Nobody looks at Sayori and questions why they're wrestling. Not Yuri, or Monica. Fresh. Gosh, I'm so late. Why did I offer to help those other students with their work? I'm such a pushover sometimes. It's gonna leave such a bad impression on new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one there. Monica rounds the corner, vroom, and approaching the club room. As she does so, Yuri? Oh, she's blushing! Oh. Yuri jumps at the sound of Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next to the door. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she was reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry I'm late. You have to wait outside for me, the door to the club room is open. It's not... Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. Unable to explain life, she appears inside the club room to the window, and then looks away. Actually, I was just wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me? With club publicity stuff? Yes. Monica is utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking all this all of a sudden when she was so eager to spend time with Sayori before? Did they not get along after all? Did Sayori wrestling thin air end up getting to her? Monica looks into the club room herself to see Sayori wrestling inside. Okay. It's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monica's worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's a little ironic, she realizes, that she could be so conflict avoidant after having been in a debate club where they fought with swords. Okay, let's take a walk together. Hey, thank you, Saikune, for the 5 bits. I just have to make copies of this new flyer and go around to the billboards and replace the old ones with new ones. Yuri nods and the two set off. The two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up conversation. So, how's everything been going between you and Sayori? Why are you guys not talking to each other? Fine. That's good. That's good. That's cool. That's cool, bruh. Oof, this is awkward. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica chances up with a scented conversation. How the heck did Sayori do it? Sorry, I didn't see you yesterday. I went straight to computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me. So, what did the two of you end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, it's starting to really feel like more like a literature club now. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated at first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But you know, it's kind of stupid of me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. And it's silly to assume that everyone who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's so cool you were able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. She's not into it. Huh? She's not into it, and I'm stupid for forcing it onto her. Yuri falls silent again, as if she started a thought but can't figure out how to continue it. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. Huh. You can choose which one it was. No, it's just me. I'm thinking. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus 3 equals... A moment passes in silence. Then Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you all of a sudden. Don't be silly. I won't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. Oh, she's blushing. It's not an issue of the club, it's just an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Ah. Monika pauses and thinks. I'm just imagining like the trigonometry like lady. Just like all the maths coming out of her head. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're gonna have all kinds of people join this club, hopefully anyway. And learning about the diverse needs and interests of everyone will help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. That everyone can be happy with? Not just only some people? Of course! I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be? I see. Yuri looks a little more relaxed. It signals to Monika that switching from a sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Each individual truly does have their own needs. Like, toilet. Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. I'm really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. Well, what's your Wi-Fi password? How's easy for everyone else? How do you just construct conversation about any arbitrary topic? What are the word formulations, you man? I would like to know. I can talk for hours about the things that I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. In fact, this one time, I talked for 8 hours, and this person, they looked so sad, but for anything else, I just have no idea what to say. If I don't include the word book into every single sentence, I don't know. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. People are not books. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored, or made fun of, or taken pity on. And Sayori falls into that third category. She pities me. What? Hold on, you're saying Sayori is taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. Even though my boobs are... If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that and move on. Sayori is too nice to me. I'm so stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed onto her. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort, just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. Blush, blush, blush. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Your sharp words cut through the tense air. Just like a certain knife. Anyway, somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the two stop short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Monika looks at Yuri. Yuri looks down. The floor looks at Yuri. The ceiling looks at Yuri, with her fists clenched. I think you should tell her that. I can never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. Sayori's different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So, if you have to explain to her what makes you happy, then she'll do anything to make it happen. She's like a happy machine. That's the problem. What kind of friendship has one person always trying to cater to the other person's weird needs? I'm sorry. I'm making myself sound so... No. I think I'm starting to understand. Monika hesitates to finish her thought out loud. It's something that Sayori will be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more assertive in her kindness, further exacerbating the matter. Neither person's to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be your friend. I promise that, weirdo. It's okay for different people to have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to have communication and talk about it. Thank you! Not enough games talk about that. You don't just shoot someone with a gun in the... anyways and be like, hey, you shot me. Now I love you. It doesn't work that way. I don't have good communication. You still haven't given me your Wi-Fi... Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. My head is just... it's so resistant to everything. I have a thick skull. Bullets can't pierce it. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. 1, 2... I'm so tired of this cycle of creating for myself. I burn so much calories, but I think I'm so afraid of pushing people away from me that I just push them away first. Just like in that what's the game where you're like, you have both hands out and you're like trying to push the other person down or make them fall back? It's like that kind of game right there. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session. I'm sus, but I understand now that I just need to communicate with her. You're totally fine. It's for the club, remember? You're just helping make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls silent again. She looks like she wants to say something. This kind of critical thinking is something I'm really bad at. You know, about people, because people aren't books. So, thank you, person who's not a book. Anytime. Monika smiles at Yuri. Smile! For just a moment, Yuri finds it himself to meet Monika's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Oh my gosh! And refresh. Yuri and Monika finish replacing the old fires with new ones. More accurately, Monika mostly did the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club room once again draws near, so does Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. Stop walking away. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Yuri sighs and shakes her head. I'm never gonna feel confident enough. I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. I'll forever remain a confrontation virgin. Yuri starts towards the door, but then turns to face Monika. You're not just gonna wait outside, are you? Haha, I can take a walk. Now get the fuck in there. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I'd like to make my own, though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose it's one downside of reading here in the club than at home, I don't get to drink tea while reading. Sorry, I guess that's nothing to do with this. You know, now that you mention it, I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. You can use, like, an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? Does electricity exist? I'll look into it. I think it'll be great. Yuri smiles and nods to the thought. Well, I'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monika waves at Yuri, then turns around and departs down the hallway as Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment daydreaming about tea isn't enough to save her from the anxiety of the task lies before her, but it must be done. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. Yuri! But wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Sayuri shuffles a bunch of papers around. Yuri stammers, her words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realizes how Sayuri has been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. I was really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. But I got most of the way through it. And look! Sayuri holds up a sheet of paper. It's a page of notes. Beautifully produced. Indentations, categories, and even color coding. As well as footnotes. references to great wars of the past. As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. I was afraid of you getting disappointed in me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri presses her fists against her forehead. Stop. Put them hands up. We go and fight this out. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri? Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response that she was expecting. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away in guilt. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand, so if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird. But I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. So I thought if we did something together that you really like. I don't want your pity. Oof. Oof. This hurts. Why did I do that? Yuri sinks to her knees, her voice speaks. I'm sorry. Tears of guilt and self-loathing begin to stream down her face. This isn't how it's supposed to go. Why is it so hard just to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations as she shuts her eyes. I'm unable to face Sayori the rest of the world. She should leave, just escape from here. Before Monika sees her like this, before Sayori tells Monika what she did. But before Yuri can put any strength into her legs, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. My heart. It's okay. Sayori whispers in a soothing voice. It's okay. It's okay. Overcome by despair, Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri sniffles, breathing heavily through her clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand that the things you're feeling in your head are different from the things you're trying to say. I know that must be what you're feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So I'll give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings, and we'll talk about them together, okay? Yuri sniffles again and nods her head. She gives herself a minute to compose her thoughts, then speaks while steadying her voice. I think I've gotten so used to people just being weirded out by me that it feels like anyone who's nice to me is just doing out of pity. I'm so horrible with people. Because they're not books. So it makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri pauses, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for Yuri to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that it was finally my chance to make friends through my interests. Because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about. It's all I have going for me. But then whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessive in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Ultimately, I just want to be treated like a normal person. But how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes her thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sayori, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me to understand you a bit better. You know, you were so great helping me while you were reading. So I'll help you with the things that you need too. But I feel it would just be frustrating for you, how much patience I require sometimes. That sounds kind of familiar. I couldn't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid you would get frustrated with me, but I would never do that. I did my best to reassure you by mentioning now that I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know. Oh wait, I think I did the wrong voice. Oh, okay, yeah. That was yours line. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. I'm sure it's the same for you, right? Yeah. Irrational fears. Well, you know. There's no way you could frustrate me, because I already like you as the person that you are. I know you said you have a hard time believing that, but I promise it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considerate in your own way, you know? Worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But it's the best part that we're all different and have different interests. Like about the book. I'm reading because I want to. I promise. It's what I really want. It's a bit of a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we can never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons that you love it so much. In the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that. But I'll be glad that I tried it and learned more about you. Plus, you're like super duper smart. And I want to rub that off of me. Why do you think I'm hugging you so hard? Yuri fights back a smile at that comment. Oh my god. Already the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated with the caress of Sayori's arms. Your hair's so pretty. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut all of it off. Yuri's tension relaxes. For once, she feels okay just listening, rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around other people. But if the literature club can make it happen, then it's something that she deserves to experience. Refresh. Well then, you're holding to my boobs quite tight, but based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. That's what I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. Of course. I'm not gonna judge anything this early on though, so we'll just see what happens. Oh, and it's not good to touch people without their consent first. Not that I didn't mind, but oh no! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you didn't. Actually, I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying. I'm back! Monika's back! I haven't seen you like at all recently. Sayori trots over to Monika. Ah! She whispers loudly. Can I hug you? Sure, Sayori. Sayori wraps her arms around Monika, giving her hug energy. Monika's hug energy rose by 1%. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good to know. Sayori can be kind of a hug monster. She really loves hugs. Ah. Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a monster. If he inherits the kingdom, it could spell disaster. Yuri laughs. Monika perplexedly looks between the two of them, then smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading so far. It's like our first real activity as literature club. Ah, about that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that would be considered me not to return the favor to you and learn about things that you like. Yes! Do you like poetry? Yuri smiles. Oh, we got mail. Character discrepancy. Having run the control simulation for a while, it is evident that a certain character is missing from any mention or appearance. This makes me speculate that Monika's meddling is less clumsy than we think, because she would have had to manufacture this character herself as a way of forcing interaction between her and the user. Could that be why the character has such limited and dissonant personality traits? Or am I reading too much into this? I'll open an issue to start tracking info and observations on the anomaly of this character appearing. This is going back in time. I think they're talking about the main character. You. That's the only one not mentioned by name until you actually run the game. So this is going back in time. Because this was before this is before this. In December of 2019. We got this one. I'm assuming there's one for each major side story. We're missing some of the secrets actually, because I don't know, would you have to go? Oh shit. Huh. I wonder if you would have to gone through Act 2 several times to get all the secrets. I might have screwed ourselves over here. A rough concept sketch of what the faceless protagonist might look like if he was a real character. It's pretty much boring, yeah. Okay. And then we unlocked the music. Alright, here we go. So, that's that. So now I'm guessing Natsuki's rejoining. It's been several weeks since the club has officially started. Due to initial setbacks, the 3 club members so far, Monika, Sayori, and Yuri, have increased the collective bond within the club, granted them +1 combat points. Sayori has partaken in some of Yuri's high fantasy literature, and all 3 of them, led by Sayori, have taken an interest in poetry. On a day like any other, the 3 find themselves suddenly interrupted by the clubroom door opening, and in walks a girl none of them seen before! Hi. Sayori tugs excitedly from Monika's sleeve. Yuri shifts in her seat and buries her eyes in her book. She buries the book in her thighs. Are you here for the literature club? Yeah. Yay, that's great. Thanks for stopping by. It's kind of a small club still, so it's really exciting to see new faces. Yeah. Come and sit down somewhere. You can sit down next to my desk. Sayori prances over to her desk on all fours and presses her palms onto it like a deer. Oh, and Yuri can make you some tea. Yuri looks up at Sayori in protest for having drawn attention to her. Natsuki suddenly glances between everyone. He sits down next to Sayori. Monika follows by sitting nearby. The sudden gathering prompts Yuri to stand up, deciding that standing in the corner and making tea doesn't sound so bad after all, because too many people. Okay then. How about we all introduce ourselves? Okay. She's not talking too much, I just realized. I wonder if she's shy. Well, I'm Monika. I'm the one who started the club. I was originally in the debate club, but I really wanted to do something I felt more passionate about, if that makes sense. So I started the literature club as a way for people to express themselves through writing or reading, or whatever other kind of literature, including memes. You know, I figured it was your club. You had that vibe. I have what vibe? What? Oh, you know, like, never mind. I'm not gonna judge people I just met like that. Very adult-like of you. I always judge people so hard. Oh, no you don't, Sayori. Yes, she does. Yuri's deadpan voice carries across the room. Mitsukai giggles. Tee. I'm Sayori. You can tell by my name tag right here. I am Sayori. I just like learning about everyone and making friends. Oh, and I also like poetry. Oh, and I also... Oh yeah? Very adult-like of you. I'm an adult. Yuri's the kettle. Steaming up fills the room. Oh, that's Yuri. She's a tea kettle. Sayori lowers her voice. She's kinda shy, but she's really nice and super smart. She likes big fantasy books and tea, and I love her! Well, I guess that leaves me then. I'm Natsuki. I like listening to music and hanging out downtown and stuff. And my favorite ice cream flavor is strawberry. Ooh, let's get ice cream! My favorite flavor is probably cookie dough? Or maybe chocolate? It's cookie dough. And Monica's is probably vanilla. What the heck? I take way too many online quizzes. The ice cream ones are always accurate. Well, what's Yuri's favorite? Natsuki shrugs. Probably green tea. I'm just joking, I have no idea for Yuri. Still, it's pretty chill in here. Do you just like hang out, or do you actually do club stuff? Well, we do club stuff too. It just hasn't been very structured yet, since we only have like 3 members, so we kinda just loosely spend our time doing whatever stuff we like. But I keep thinking it's about time we start with like some more structured club activities. It's been a while by now since I started the club, so yeah. With that being said, what kind of literature are you into, Natsuki? Anything you'd like the club to get into? Well, I guess I'm into literature. I like manga. Manga? Hey, why'd you say it like that? I wanna read manga in the club! Wait, hold on a second. That sounds so great, like, after all I've been doing all this, Yuri returns to the desk with a tray of teacups, which he sets on an empty desk. After all of the deep and immersive reading I've been doing, I wouldn't mind doing something a little more simple. Manga isn't simple. If you think that, then you just don't understand the nuance. I didn't mean it simple like that. Well, anyway, putting manga aside, is there any other kinds of literature that you're interested in? Well, not really. In that case, have you considered the anime club? Are you serious? I'm not gonna join the anime club. It's full of weird guys. They don't shower. And the smell... Come on. Is it that big of a deal? Manga is literature, right? I mean, if you consider literal definition of literature, then technically... I get it, look. I'll do whatever club activities you want. Can I just please just join? I won't bother anyone. If I can just like keep my manga here and hang out after school, I'll literally do whatever you want me to do. That's fine, right? Oof. Especially considering Natsuki's backstory. Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Oh my god, thank you. You're the best. I have most of it crammed into my locker, so I'm gonna start getting it, okay? Natsuki stands up. Need some help? Nah, I got it. I don't want you to see my locker. You say so, but there's no way it's worse than mine. I hope we never find out then. Natsuki exits the club room, leaving everyone in silence, save for the sound of Yuri sipping her tea. Ugh, I'm such a pushover. Hey, it's not that bad. Natsuki seems like a lot of fun. Maybe, but I mean, she has, like, no actual interest in literature, you know? And that's normally fine, but she said she would participate in club activities like it's some kind of obligation. Her tea is going to get cold. Yeah, wait, that's not related. Well, I think everyone deserves a chance. Especially if we can bring her happiness. Besides, maybe she'll take a liking to literature. Are you sure you just don't want to read her manga, Sayori? Hey, who do you think I am? Sorry, I didn't mean that. I just feel really uneasy about this. Do you have any opinion, Yuri? Not particularly. She said she wasn't gonna bother anyone. that includes me, so... Does that mean I bother you? No, you're a pleasure to be around. I was just fishing for a compliment. I know. But still, I really think we should give her a chance. Yeah, alright. But I really am going to start enforcing club activities. I'm willing to cooperate. Suddenly the three of them hear a thump against the door. What was that? Sayuri stands up and walks over to the door and opens it. Thank you. Carrying 3 boxes was presumably manga. And that's, wow, 3 boxes, holy shit. Natsuki and grunts and wobbles inside before slowly bending over and dropping the stack onto the floor as gently as you can. Boom! That's quite a collection. Sayuri giggles in excitement while catching her breath. Natsuki replies, "There's still one more box. I can put them away myself. I know how to organize them." Monika anxiously glances between Sayuri and Yuri. Is this really okay for the club? Maybe it's what she needs to really kick the club into gear before everyone gets too complacent. It seems like things are finally going to start getting more serious. Refresh. At the next club meeting, Monika is the first to arrive. I'm guessing this is Sayuri's new BGM for the Literature Club Plus DLC. But ever since Natsuki's joined, she feels a lot less relaxed. Why am I so nervous? Is manga my kryptonite? Monika paces, trying to figure out her feelings. Natsuki said she wasn't going to bother anyone, so why does it feel like the atmosphere has changed so much? While Monika thinks, the club door opens, revealing Natsuki carrying a box. Monika forces a smile as Natsuki makes her way to the closet. Natsuki forces one in return. Need help? No, I got it. Monika awkwardly tries to start some kind of conversation but fails. Curious, she peeks into the closet where Natsuki is stashing all of her manga. One stole with school supplies, the shelves are now vibrant, bright colors, and cute-looking artwork. You know, the top shelf's pretty empty. Maybe you can keep it up there? I can't reach up there, that'd be so inconvenient. Yeah, but... Monika sighs. The teacher's gonna ask what all this manga's doing here and I have to tell them it's for the literature club. So? Oof, awkward. Monika backs off and slumps into a desk. With this kind of tension, it feels like the relaxed atmosphere accumulated over the past few weeks is being sucked right out of the room. Good! After! Dude! Sayuri spins to the club room, making a pretty passable impression of Beyblade. Let it rip. Oh! I see someone's in a good mood. Yeah! Because I have this! Sayuri brandishes a cookie wrapped in plastic, wrapped in box, wrapped in... I found some money and got a cookie! Don't ask where the money came from. Ooh, that's so pretty! As Sayuri trots over to the closet, the colorful shells catch her eye. Which one do I start with? Well, you can start by getting a bite of that cookie. No way! I saved up all my luck to find that money! Off the dead body. If you want entry into my kingdom, then you need to pay the tax, peasant. Ooh. Defeated. Sayuri unwraps the cookie and breaks off a piece for Natsuki. Then Yuri walks silently into the club room, gliding across. Monika glances at her with pleading eyes. Yuri returns a quick nod of understanding. Well, everyone's here now. Despite the club only having one more person than before, it somehow feels twice as lively. Okay, so I think today we should go over some potential club activities and see which ones we want to do first. We have 4 members now, so it'd be great if we found some stuff to do as a group. Does that sound good, everyone? I agree. Okay, so I have some ideas of my own, but I want to hear your ideas too. Well, I've been having a lot of fun learning about everyone else's interests. Maybe we can give each person a day to share their favorite kind of literature with everyone else. Well, maybe. Something tells me that... Maka glances at Yuri and Natsuki, who both appear very unwilling to even consider each other's interests. Maybe we can try to come up with something that everyone can enjoy equally? You know, like we all vote on a book to read or something like that. I think we should all collectively try to expand our interests, rather than just stick to the things we're familiar with. Why does it feel like I'm being targeted here? Natsuki, didn't you say you would go along with whatever the club wanted to do? Well, yeah, but doesn't make it okay for you to ignore everyone else's preferences. I like Sayori's suggestion. Yeah, me too! Yeah, but... Maka's voice trails off. Although she let Natsuki join the club, Maka finds it incredibly difficult to relent to her demands. If Natsuki doesn't respect the club, why should Maka have to yield to Natsuki's opinion on anything? Natsuki, are you sure you don't have any other literature interests you could share with the club? I swear I don't mind if I keep your manga in here, but I just... Natsuki cuts Maka off by suddenly standing up. Well, it's obvious that I'm not wanted here, so I'm just gonna leave. I really would appreciate it if you'd be more upfront about it. Okay, I think you're kind of jumping to conclusions here, but you're free to do whatever you want. Oof. Oof, yeah, I feel bad for her. I swear, we shafted Natsuki so hard in the original playthrough. It's like, I'm feeling even worse right now. Natsuki shoots Monika a quick glare before walking straight out of the room. ... Oh no. Sayori runs after her, leaving just Monika and Yuri. For a second time today, Monika slumps down into her desk. Why am I such a jerk? No, she's a jerk. She's just making me feel this way. Monika looks up at Yuri, seeking affirmation. Yuri looks away. She probably just went looking around for the smallest club she could find, so she doesn't have to participate. How does she expect me to give her respect when she has no respect for the club? Am I wrong, Yuri? I'm not good at these things. Monika sighs. Me neither. I just have no idea what to do. I don't want to hurt anyone, but it feels like it's not wrong to enforce the club vision. You know, like, people should join because they want to express their passion for literature, or at least develop it. So maybe she's not a good fit for the club after all. Monika sits in silence, afraid to accept her tentative conclusion. Yuri looks tense, but she doesn't seem to want to add anything. Sorry, you can go back to reading. I know this doesn't concern you. It does. Does how? Well, I just can't comfortably read in an atmosphere where the peace is disturbed. Oh. Well, great. I'm just ruining the whole club then. That's not an accurate conclusion to make. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of voicing my frustration, and I guess guilt. It's like my frustration wants to blame her, but my guilt wants to blame me. Why is it the hardest thing to be rational during the times when you need it the most? I don't think you're being irrational. I think Natsuki is. He has no authority to walk in here and make demands of the club. Your club. Something as ridiculous as manga has no place here. The fact that you're even restoring for her should make her completely indebted to you. Okay, I'm not siding with Fury on this one. Well, you're right, but I don't know. Isn't it kind of harsh to say things like it's ridiculous and has no place here? Do you not feel the same way? You're doing everything you can to avoid associating a club with it. So I assumed you felt the same way about it. That's not true. Well, recalling your confrontations with Natsuki, a realization starts to set in. You may be right. I mean, if it was anything else besides manga, would I be really acting like this? Maybe I've just been convincing myself that it has nothing to do with the manga. I'm really upset that I would let myself do that. With a sigh, Marco walks over to the closet. She finds herself staring at the colorful shelves. This wasn't what I had in mind for a club about literature. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that. Monka starts defending her position once again. It's a complicated issue that Monka failed to consider before now. Where's the line even drawn on what's considered literature? Lost in thought, she reaches into one of the larger boxes and pulls out a volume, inspecting it for no particular reason. The cover features four girls striking cute and exaggerated poses, all dressed in short skirts. Yeah, I mean, amused by the absurdity of the cover, Monica opens the book. Ooh, is she gonna read it? Oh? Okay, we've unlocked Respect Part 2. So, I mean, I guess that's where the respect thing comes in. Monica needs to respect Natsuki. There's balance, reflection, self-love. Interesting. We got another picture. Okay, we got a picture for Natsuki. Alright. Moving on. This sucks. Why is Monica such a jerk? She should be grateful I even joined her stupid club. It's not like she can find any members. Okay, never mind. Both need to respect each other. Well, I mean, that's pretty much like the themes of these side stories, is that usually the two counterparties need to learn the word of the day, which is respect. Monica's usually really nice. She cares so much about everyone in the club being happy. Yeah, right. Well, she usually does. Maybe when she's not busy being so judgmental. So what if I'm to manga? Why can't one person just accept that instead of being so condescending about it? I accept it. I think it's cute. Oh, come on, that's condescending too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I just want to support you. I know, thanks. It just really sucks. Do you want me to talk to Monica? I don't know. As long as it's gonna change her opinion of me. Like, even if to convince her to back off. That wouldn't suddenly make me feel like I'm actually welcome to the club. I should just find another club. Wait, you don't have to do that. We can figure this out. We can figure this out, please? I mean, I'm the vice president, or at least I think I am. And I don't want you to leave. Everyone deserves to feel welcome, and to be happy. So I want to make that happen, for you. ... Aww, the blush. I was wondering, what was the reason you decided to join the literature club? Well... Natsuki hesitates. It's kinda dumb. Aw, don't say that. There's no such thing as a dumb reason when everyone is welcome. I wasn't welcome. You worded me! So... just don't tell anyone, okay? Especially Monica. I promise. I'm just tired of everyone judging me all the time. I can't enjoy any of the stuff I'm into without people making snotty comments about it. Not that I care about anyone else thinks. But you know, the signs for the literature club said that you can be yourself or whatever. So I decided it was at least worth a shot. But that was a lie, apparently. Natsuki gently kicks the toe of her shoe against the wall. The wall yields. The wall shatters. The wall... Oh, and I like writing too. Really? How come you didn't say that to Monica? Because she was being so judgmental that I didn't want to just tell her something she wanted to hear. She didn't deserve that kind of satisfaction. When she knew I was into writing, then she would just be like everyone else and try to push me away from the manga in more favor of the more mature thing. The two of them remained silent for a while. So I understand this is out of the question for Natsuki to return to the club room today at least. But Natsuki has a reason for wanting to join the club, just like everyone else. It's part of the club vision for her to be welcome. You deserve to express yourself as much as everyone else does. That's supposed to be what the club is for. So, I'm gonna do everything I can to fix this. I promise. Refresh. It's lunchtime the next day. The cafeteria and hallways are bustling with students that are not rendered here, with students rushing to meet with their friends and make the most of their limited break time. Where could she be? Among them is Monica, who always eats lunch in her classroom. But she has some additional business today. Fearing Natsuki would avoid coming to the club, Monica decides to try to find her during lunch so she can make amends. After searching for an extensive time, Monika finally spots her. Despite her short stature, Natsuki's main character hair helps her to stand out from the crowd. Oh gosh. Suddenly feeling awkward, Monika's afraid to get closer. Natsuki's with some friends whom Monika doesn't recognize, and they're all energetically chatting together. It'd be really tactless just to interrupt them. Friend 1, with long hair, tall stature, but... Oh yes, did you end up joining a literature club or what? Huh? Of course I joined, why wouldn't I? Ha, I told you she would join! It feels really weird just seeing these really black silhouettes. Anyways. Come on. You know she only joined because you wouldn't stop giving her crap about the anime club. I told you, I never wanted to join that stupid club. Oh sure. Oh, she's got a cell phone. Well, you have to give her some credit for at least making an effort to finally go past that trash. True. Well, congrats on finally graduating middle school, Natsuki. We're proud of you. Shut up. Just let me do my thing. I'm just joking. You know we love you. Yeah, once the literature club makes you a famous writer, we'll be the first ones to buy your book. What, you're gonna buy her smutty fanfiction? Well, obviously. I want a signed copy. That was like years ago. You don't think I've grown up out of it by now? I told you, I was joking. Besides... Oh, thank you for following, Penabir. Besides, it's a good reminder of how far we've come since then. Not to mention you could have done it without us. That gives us past joke about it. Yeah, sure. They grew up so fast, brings a tear to my eye. Natsuki suddenly glances in Monika's direction, prompting Monika to quickly turn away and distance herself. Awkward! What the heck? That was horrible. I should have said something to defend her. Why would it be so conflict avoidant? Not that it deserves to say anything, I'm hardly better than them. After the way I treated her. Ugh, I'm so awful. I'm not doing anything right. I was about to say, yeah, it doesn't sound like those friends were too much better. Friends in quotations. After school ends, Monika distractedly makes her way to the club room. She finds Yuri already inside, eyes on a book as usual. Monika picks a desk and slumps into it, something she seems to be doing rather often lately. Yuri, I don't think I can be club president. I suck at handling anything that goes like exactly my way. Yuri looks up from her book. It's like literature club is a place where you get to express yourself. Unless it's in a way I don't like. I'm so mad at myself. I'm especially mad I didn't have the self-reflection skills to realize what I was doing. So much for maturity. Sorry, I really shouldn't be complaining out loud like this. It's just like a lot on my mind. No. Hmm? I enjoy listening. Really? Why? Yuri shrugs. It just makes me feel nice. I like words. Words are like words in a book, but I can hear them. Oh, well, okay. I guess I'll just continue then. Because this exchange is a little bit weird. Yeah, well... Natsuki has kind of a blunt attitude, you know? It made me feel like she wasn't taking the club seriously. I couldn't even figure out why she wanted to join. I saw her friends talking to her in the hallway during lunch. They were just so mean to her. Telling her to grow up and stuff like that the literature club would help her grow out of her manga. It just made me so mad, like, just let her enjoy it, makes her happy. Why are you trying to take that away from her? And then when I had that thought, this was just when I came to the realization that I was kind of doing the same thing, just in a roundabout way. I should have made her feel good about being passionate about something, or I just dismissed it. No, I was actually trying to avoid acknowledging it at all. I even did that with you, Yuri. When you first joined the club. You did? Yeah, I remember. Fantasy isn't really my thing, so I was just trying to kind of dismiss it. But then Sayori jumped in and took over the conversation. I should have reflected on that, but I didn't, so just let Sayori handle it instead. Now I'm repeating the same mistake. Except I really hurt someone this time. Monika shakes her head. I'm so tired of being afraid of things I'm not comfortable with. It's so stupid. Like, I can just picture how much joy it brings to Natsuki if I let her share her passion a little. I'm so angry that her friends were treating her like that. I'm gonna get them back for it. I have connections. I'm the most beautiful, I'm the most connected. I was once president of this Get them back? Yeah. I'm gonna delete them. I already deleted the textures. I'll get them back by making sure that this is the literature club that Natsuki wants, not the one that they want. Suddenly Sayori bursts through the door, making Monika and Yuri jump! With a rare stern face, she marches over to Monika's desk and sits down next to her. I'm having an intervention. I can do that because I'm vice president. Is this about Natsuki? Yes. Yeah, I know. I messed up. I'm super sorry. I was just talking to Yuri about it. Really? I was so dismissive of her passion that she felt threatened or just unwelcome. Literally the opposite of the literature club is supposed to be. I really need to make it up to her. Oh. Yeah, I did it! Thanks for your intervention, Sayori. I'm glad we're on the same page. Friendship wins again! So how do you want to make it up to her? I have a plan. Sayori, do you know if Natsuki's coming to the club meeting today? I don't think she is. You see, Monika was afraid of that, not because of her plan, but because she's facing the consequences of the damage that she's inadvertently caused. The only way to do the right thing is to face it head on. It's just so easy to duck away from conflict and wait for it to blow over. But that's not enough. To truly respect someone's feelings after you hurt them is to face them and admit your wrongdoing. Not the wrongdoing of mismanaging the club, but the wrongdoing of disrespecting Natsuki's feelings. Okay, do you think you can get her to come to the meeting tomorrow? I can do that. Okay, awesome. Yuri, you don't have to worry about anything, but thank you for being my friend. You're a good listener. You have ears. That lets you listen. Oh, she's smiling! She's doing a blush smile. Fidgeting with her hair, Yuri turns away to hide a smile. Well, I guess for today, it's gonna be a pretty quiet club meeting. I'm gonna step out for a bit, is that okay? Yeah, I'm just gonna read with Yuri. Hey, is this one of Natsuki's books? How come it's out here? Sayori picks up a manga that was resting on an adjacent desk. Oh, that, Natsuki probably just left it out by accident. Well, I thought she hasn't been coming to the club. Are you lying? Actually, Monika's been... Okay, Yuri, I'm sure it's just someone else who's using this classroom, then okay. Monika smiles at them both. Please shut up, two of you. Then with a wave, she exits the classroom. Man, she really can't be straightforward, huh? I really shouldn't have left that out. If Sayori catches on, she'll definitely tell Natsuki. That would get really awkward. Now, I wonder if there's a keyboard I could borrow from the music room. I need to hack the game. The time for the next club meeting has already arrived. Okay, I'm gonna stop cycling for a bit. Cycling for almost an hour now. Monika and Yuri are the first to arrive. I'm so worried. Do you think Sayori's gonna be able to bring Natsuki? Yes. How do you know? Well, Sayori has a lot of arm strength, and Natsuki seems pretty small. I think if she manhandles her, well, she's Sayori. You know, you're right. Time slowly passes. Monika sits, then stands up to pace around and sits again. I'm just imagining Sayori just giving Natsuki a big hug, lifting her up, and then dragging her to the club room. Yuri's eyes don't move from her book. Then, the door finally opens. Sayori marches aside, holding Natsuki under one arm. Behind her, Natsuki shuffles aside, nervously looking around the room, sniffing the air, detecting, "We're here!" Welcome back, welcome back. I'm just saying that because they both appeared at the same time. Monika, the club president, stands up and greets them with a smile. Sayori picks a desk and takes a seat. Natsuki sits closely next to her. Looking back Looking back and forth between the club members, Monica was struck with a nostalgic feeling. She would stand in the front of the club room just like this, struggling to picture just who may be eventually sitting before her. Imagination was never enough to predict how unique and diverse each member would be. Each with her own struggles, her own reasons for seeking the vision that Monica had admittedly so vaguely advertised, seeking trust, understanding, respect. What new lessons will the future hold for the Literature Club? Realizing she's getting ahead of herself, Monica takes a deep breath and turns to the present. Okay everyone, the Literature Club is starting. We have an activity planned for today. Monica turns around to face the chalkboard. On it she writes, MANGA! In big letters. Today we're going to learn from an expert about a unique form of literature, manga. Oh come on! Isn't this kind of forced? I know you don't actually want to do this, so just... Monica shakes her head. Natsuki, this is the hardest part. After making it this far, it'd be so easy to just smile and move on. So that's not enough, not this time. I'm sorry. It was wrong for me to not take you seriously when you were kind enough to show interest in my club. I thought about it and realized how biased I was against manga. It caused me to disrespect you, and I'm sorry. But I think you deserve to be able to share your passion with us. So, can I make it up to you? Well, thanks, but... I know you're only doing this because Sayori told you to. Wait, that's not true. Monica planned all this by herself. I didn't even get a chance to talk to her. I was witness to that as well. This is the Literature Club. The Literature Club is a place where everyone gets to be themselves. We all have our own interests and our differences. It's my vision to let us freely express that. And it's my goal to respect everyone for them. So I just want to learn about the things that make you happy. I think that you deserve to share that joy, as much as everyone else does. Is that okay? Natsuki looks away and hesitates. But it's really dumb. Stuff I'm into. Monica smiles. She kneels in front of Natsuki's desk, looking her straight in the eye, because she's taller. If you like it, then it's not dumb. Oh, except for me! Sorry, you're not dumb either. What the heck? You guys are so weird. Especially Yuri. I mean, fine. I'll show you some of my manga. Only because you admitted that it's literature after all. Natsuki stands up. Oh yeah, I didn't say this before, but I'm actually into writing too. I'm kind of a pro. But I didn't want you to like me just for that. Wow, really? I really did have you all wrong, Natsuki. Yeah, whatever. Today's not about that anyway, right? It's about manga, so I hope you're ready. A week has passed since Natsuki returned to the Literature Club. Since then, the club activity has been in full swing. Each club member has received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. As another meeting draws to close, Monica approaches Natsuki on the way out. Natsuki, are you in a hurry home or anything? Me? No, not particularly. Why? Oh, there's just something I wanted to show you. If you had a few minutes. Sure, what is it? It's not in here. Can you follow me to the music room? The music room? Why? Well, you'll see. Ooh, I like, wow, what the heck? This seems really cool. It's got the soundproofing and everything. Oh, is that the piano? Hey there, Rain. I'm liking the look of this music room. When the club was just me and Sayori, we would talk about how we envisioned the club to turn out. We cared a lot about being a place where people could express themselves. And she said something strange to me. She said that I was trying to make the club that I needed myself, more than anyone. But it wasn't until you joined that I fully understood that, because you really taught me a lot about myself, like things I was probably always too stubborn to admit. Come on, you can't mean that. I didn't even do anything. I just, brought a bunch of manga and I got fussy when I didn't have my way. It was really stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it. No, I honestly needed that. If you didn't express that you were hurt, I would never realize that I did something wrong. Besides, your feelings are valid. They deserve to be heard and respected, because that's the theme of this side story. What are you talking about, side stories? It's just really hard to feel that way sometimes. You know, I really shouldn't care about what other people think in the first place. But when you're criticized by everyone around you for being a certain way, it can get really hard to just brush it off. It makes me feel like I'm the problem. Like I'm not doing enough to please everyone. Am I being too entitled? I just want people to like me without having to hide a bunch of stuff about myself? I don't think I am. I just wish that sometimes people would try to appreciate me for who I actually am. As Monka listens, she recalls vividly how Mitsuki's friends were treating her, and how naturally they did so. How long has she been fighting against that, refusing to change for others? I can only wish how strong as you are, Natsuki. You're so honest with yourself. I'm like always trying to come off as perfect for other people. Anytime there's a hint of contention, I just crumble. But thanks to you, I really started to think about this stuff. It really inspired me to start working on it. But like I said, I didn't even do anything. You were just being yourself. That's all you needed to do. Also, there's something else. Maka takes a breath. The thing is, I might have read a little bit of your manga. What? You? What the heck? Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, I just felt like kind of embarrassed to admit it. I gave you such a hard time about it. I can't believe you of all people reading manga behind my back. It's so funny. Yeah, well, I just flipped through one of them out of curiosity, but I ended up reading a whole bunch of it. But I mean, one of the characters was in a literature club. What are the chances, right? You were reading Parfait Girls? Wow, you have good taste. Just one volume. And I kinda just picked it out randomly. Well, you have good intuition then. You have to tell me all of your favorite parts. Well, I think it was some kind of weird fate. Because the character isn't just in the literature club, she also plays piano. It's just weird because I've always wanted to learn piano. She was like the perfect person I always wish I was. If I just did what I wanted instead of always second guessing myself. And thus, Monica walks over to the piano and sits down. Oh my gosh, this is adorable! I always felt like I should only share the absolute best parts of myself, the parts that will impress people or make them like me more. But after you join the club, I realized how self-destructive that mentality is. We share things because we want to express ourselves. Sharing experiences allows us to share emotions. And I just felt like I wanted to show you this, because if it wasn't for you, I never would have started playing. I think the credit for that one goes to Parfait Girls, not me. No. Well, maybe it's true that Parfait Girls put the thought into my head. But it was still you who inspired me to keep practicing every day. Every day? Because, you know, you just made me feel like if I want to do something, I should just do it. I mean, I still have been practicing for very long, and I'm not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote a song for the club, and I worked really, really hard on it. It doesn't have any words or anything, but well, yeah, that part of the game hasn't happened yet. Is this the music? Oh, I think this is music. Okay, this is actually really good. Yeah, it really is really wholesome. We're already having a flashback scene, we're not even through half of the stories. Is that the end of it? Oh wait, no, okay, there's more. That's all. That was so good. Like, that was like unreal. Like, how'd you learn that in 2 weeks? It was? Yeah, are you kidding? You're already like a pro. Not even close. Does the song have a name? You said it was about the club, so... yeah. It's called Your Real... My Song. Your Note. Because... everyone brings something so unique to the club. It's completely different from how I first imagined it, I think. But I was like such a selfish perfectionist. It shouldn't be about me, it should be about everyone. And it's all of you who helped shape the club into what it is. I would never change that. Well, I think that's really thoughtful. Flattering. I feel like I kinda don't deserve this much validation. I wasn't exactly very patient either when I first joined the club. It makes me feel like I should just probably apologize too. I think I was really fed up with a lot of things and I got frustrated after not getting my way in the club. So, yeah. I didn't really mean to take it out on you. I was just being really immature. Get my stubborn butt to apologize. I guess you're doing something right. It's fine. I'm past it too. I think we're already even. But it's really sweet that you were thinking about it. It takes a lot of maturity to reflect on that kind of thing. Well, I wonder who I got it from. Oh, never mind. Well, anyway, we're even as long as you keep my manga in the club room. You did admit it's a form of literature. You can't totally take that back now. You got me. The closet's all yours. I'll tell you what. I'll bring a little something for the club tomorrow. I wanted something nice in return. What kind of little something? Oh, you'll see. It's poison. No, I'm kidding. I mean, well, sugar is kind of poison, but anyways, that's besides the point. But I don't think you'll be disappointed. Guys, I think she's talking about cupcakes. The next club meeting ends up being a particularly tasty one. They feast on the flesh, the flower. Ooh, guys, we got mail. We got pictures. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this one's adorable. Hold on. This one's really cute too. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. And then we got the scene picture. We got the music room. Featuring a grand piano. Damn. Candy hearts. Strawberry peppermint. Peachy pie. Okay, I don't know which one's which. Alright, there you go. Unfortunately, this thing seems to constantly block it. I can't bring it down. Wait, OMG? Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? I think it's hilarious, but for God's sake, don't tell Paula. Hahaha, I would get forwarded a microsecond. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? Based on the contents of the tweet, example given, not screaming for help, I'm guessing they're coming from the control simulation? Wait a minute. Control simulation. So all the recordings labeled side stories are parts of the control simulation. VM1. Even trivial ones. One of the changes best way to catch this VM1 as an experiment or for fun. Okay. So as far as I'm understanding, this is the control simulation. It's where the main character is not in place. It's where the main character is not in place and basically where things are not being destroyed. Having run the control simulations, aka side stories, it's evident that certain characters missing from any mention or appearance. It makes me suspect that the Monica's meddling is less clumsy than we think. This makes sense. Here we go. So we got trust, understanding, respect. We got balance and self-reflection and self-love, I think. Or happy. Okay. Natsuki! While Natsuki is messing with the orientation of her manga in the closet shelves, Natsuki approaches from behind and pulls her into an embrace, gaining 1 hug energy. What? Hi. Hi? Okay. The literature club has been in full swing since Natsuki's joined. Including her, the club is now comprised of 4 members: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica. Each club member has received a day in the spotlight to share all their favorite kinds of literature with each other. Natsuki was first and shared a passion for manga. Hold on, let me take a drink. Oh, my throat's starting to get sparse. Ugh. Natsuki was first and shared her passion for manga. Then Sayori shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Monica, who has multiple literary interests, decided to focus today on short stories. And finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy, with little help and encouragement from Sayori. After the week was spent... After the week was spent on their presentations, Monica decided to give the club members next week to freely explore each other's literary interests. Sayori, having spent most of her time in the club so far with Yuri's fantasy books, is rather excited to begin her journey into Natsuki's manga collection. I want to read with you today. Tell me which one I should pick. Which page? How do I turn page? What does that mean? Well, that depends on the kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's like romance, drama, comedy, mystery, mind break. I kind of like all those things. Sayori reaches out and pulls out a random book from the shelf and expects to cover. Shouldn't this girl be wearing more clothes? Why is her top off? You wouldn't like that one. In a panic, Natsuki snatches the book from Sayori's hand and replaces it on the shelf, in a less conspicuous location. Okay, well, if you really have no preference, let's start with something that's easy to get into. A lot of these don't start to get really good until like a few volumes in, and I want to ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already into manga. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Though I'm kind of impressed by your attention span if you put that much effort into her books. No, I have the attention span of a donut. Ooh, I smell one already. But I love my friends, and I can do anything if it's for them. Oh my gosh, Sayori's just a sweetheart. Well, okay then. Let's pick something that even donuts can read. I didn't say I was a donut, I just said the attention span of one. Oh, were you trying to call me sweet? You're so cute. No, how did you get to that conclusion? Don't call me that. A donut? Cute. Aw, how come? Just don't like it. I don't need a reason. Natsuki yanks a book from the shelf and closes the closet doors. If someone asks you to stop, then you just need to stop. People need to realize that. I'm sorry, I didn't really mean to hurt you. I'm not sorry, it wasn't you. Natsuki shakes her head while pulling a second chair over to her desk. I was talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles. You're, like, well, a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you. Oh, blushy! I still learned a valuable lesson. Sayori speaks softly as well, feeling shy after receiving the unexpected compliment. Well, anyway, here's the book, so just start it whenever you feel like it. What's it about? Well, it's like a comedy, and it's romance too, obviously. Sayori looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck. It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running to the same guys, and then you find out, like... Well, you should just read it. But you have to tell me what you think. I can already guess who you're gonna ship yourself with. It'd be so funny if I'm right. Ship? I don't get it. Never mind. Let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure you tell me what you think. Oh, okay. Ship. Is this a Navy book? I'll start then. Hey, maybe tomorrow we could do poetry too. Oh, yeah, I guess. But don't you want to finish this first? Yeah, but we could do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry, then I won't make you anything. No, it's just... Well, never mind. We can worry about it tomorrow. After the club meeting ends, Natsuki and Yuri leave. Manga strikes up a conversation with Sayori. I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you. I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. I could just listen to her talk. She's so cute. I'm not sure if she meant I can't say it to her if I can't say it at all. Say what? Nothing. I'm a woman of respect. But Natsuki is a woman of cute. Oh, I said it. What's so bad about that? I don't know. But you know, there's one thing I'm kind of worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki doesn't actually like me very much. Oh, that's ridiculous. How come you feel that way? Well, I mean, just little signs like how she only says hi to me after I say hi to her first. And it feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. She was like that when I brought up poetry. Yeah, but that doesn't mean she likes you. She's probably just shy, you know? Maybe. Ugh. My stupid head's just making me worry for no reason. It likes to do that. It's okay, try not to worry so much. Everything will be great. But you can always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help. You're the best! Sayori gives Manga a quick hug, plus 1 hug energy. Well, I'm gonna keep trying because I love her, and I want to get close to her. Oh my god, I just scared the shit out of myself. Oh my god. When Monika's eyes opened, I thought they were pitch black. I think it's just the way that my eye registered the rapid movements. It looked completely black out for a second. I'm like, what the fuck? Ugh, maybe I'm just scarred from the original playthrough. Alright. You got this. After the next club meeting starts, Sayori is the last one in as usual. I don't know about the dynamic in this Hayden. We don't know yet. Trotting to the rooms, she sees Natsuki sitting alone by the closet, reading what must be manga. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls up a chair and plops herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there! Hi. What you reading? Can I read it with you? Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayori. You can't just start in the middle. There are spoilers. Seth, what about the one I gave you yesterday? Sorry, I was just curious. Well, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out. And it just came out yesterday, so... Oh, that's exciting. Well, I'll let you read it then. Can I sit next to you, though? Sure. Sayori plops herself down next to Natsuki and pulls out a blank sheet of paper. Natsuki reads in silence, save for the periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath his thumb. From Sayori's side, only the light tapping noises of her pen meeting paper can be heard. Time passes. Sayori's paper is filled with scribbles, and the margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki lets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Ah. Did you finish? No, but it's a good stopping point. My head is swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw the stick figures and thought you were just bored. I draw this when I'm thinking and waiting for inspiration. I made friends with them all. This one is sad because she thinks the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up at the stars in public without even thinking she's a weirdo. And this one has problems with his back, but the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him. What the heck? You're the weirdo. You want to read the poem I'm working on? Sure, I guess. Sayori slides the paper over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads through the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. She slides the paper back over to Sayori. Don't you ever feel weird sharing all your thoughts and feelings like that? I mean, your poems are, like, really emotional. Is that bad? Well, no, it's just an observation. I think people can get close to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings. Well, Natsuki begins to protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts into words. Doesn't that depend on one of the kinds of friends you have? I don't know. To each their own, but I've never met anyone I feel comfortable sharing my poems with. Not that it's you, it's just how I am, so... You write poems? ... You never told me that. I just thought you wrote other stuff. Yeah, that too, but... You should... I mean... Would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. But... Can we talk about something else? I'm sorry. It's not your fault, it just makes me feel... Oops, sorry. Let's get to that first. It's not your fault, it just makes me feel uncomfortable. I can't help it. Still, I'm sorry. It's fine. ... Well, let's move on to something that makes us both happy. I should continue the book you gave me, since I didn't go very far yet. Sure. Over the next few days, Sayori begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm. It's Natsuki! It's Natsuki! It's Natsuki! Hi Natsuki! She seems frustrated. Oh, she seems embarrassed? I don't know. Hold on. At the end of one club meeting, Monaco has become rather invested in Sayori's friendship mission. Starts an innocuous conversation about Natsuki while she packs up. It's cool that you've been finding time to spend with Sayori. She was pretty excited for the chance to read manga with you. Yeah. I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share it too, right? Yeah, mostly. Hmm? Natsuki glances over her shoulder but doesn't reply further. What's on your mind? Nothing. I don't talk about people behind their backs. Oh. Natsuki falls silent, but she just fidgets instead of getting back to what she was doing. As though she wants to say more. It's okay to share your feelings. That's different from talking about someone behind their back. I guess. I just hate it when people talk about me behind my back. So I'm better than to do to others. Monica shares a bright smile. You're really considerate. Thanks, I guess. It doesn't feel like it. You can trust me. Natsuki stands and smiles, silence for a moment, still fidgeting. I just feel smothered sometimes. I'm not used to someone being like all over me right after we meet. I mean, it's fun to hang out with her, but there's just no control over the pace. I can't just meet someone and instantly become best friends with them and like share everything about myself. That's not how it works. I just want to chill out sometimes. Oh, I didn't realize that was happening. It's fine, what would you have? I know, I just feel bad about it. I know Sayori, so I should have realized. Monaco navigates through her tinge of guilt, which has surfaced mainly due to her being the only one, or being the one who had previously encouraged Sayori's behavior. Despite not knowing the situation, Monaco can't help but feel a little responsible. Do you want me to talk to her about it? No, I wouldn't like that. Well, I don't know. I could like divert her into another club activity for you or something. No way, that'd be so underhanded and mean. Sorry, I didn't think that one through. Besides, just because I complained about it doesn't mean I'm asking for someone to solve my problems for me. True. I'm sorry. I guess I just instinctively want to try to solve problems, even if I haven't been invited to. It's fine. I'll talk to Sayori about it, but it would just make things really weird between us. I feel like it would make her just constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural. Well, I think you do a good job expressing all your feelings. She would totally understand. Sayori really wants to be the best she can be for other people. I think she would actually be happy that you want to improve your friendship with her. Maybe. Ugh, it just feels dumb. Talking to someone about how to be friends with them? It's just weird and not cool. Monica shrugs. It's the literature club. She mumbles with a soft laugh. It's not the cool club. Hey! Sorry, that just tickled me for some reason. Hey, thank you for following. Curixistius. Hello. Welcome to the literature club. Look, I know you're kind of in a tough spot, and it's hard for you to really express yourself. But you really demonstrated to me that you're great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. I think that's the most important part, being able to navigate through these things. My brain's like stumbling over itself. Okay. So I believe you can find the right things to do. Well, Natsuki instinctively starts to reject the compliment, but she can't find an excuse to do so. Thanks. Natsuki gathers the things, then she finishes her thought and mumble. I'm still gonna join the club, even it's weird sometimes. Marika smiles, but Natsuki turns her back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation, but Marika knew what she meant. It made Marika feel like everything really was going to be okay. And then it wasn't. So that was definitely new music, but it doesn't tell me which one was new. Playlist? Oh. Oh, you can put things onto a playlist. Interesting. So we've unlocked balance. Which makes sense. So it's not balance between them. Sayori is too much and Natsuki's too little. I didn't mean that way. I didn't mean to say that she's little or anything like that. Please don't kill me. Alright. Oh, I did not know that. Okay. Actually, is there a way for me to go back? 6. How much did we get so far? We're at 72%. We're actually getting fairly high. I don't know if it's just the story or literally every single file. Because we are missing... Wait, what's this? Oh, this one's really nice. I'm guessing these are like the things she writes herself to make herself, Wow, this is really nice. I didn't even notice this one. Yeah, we're still missing some poems. And definitely the secret stuff we unfortunately can't go back and get right now. So, let's just see. Whoops, wrong one. Wait a minute. Is the virtual machine different? Wait, no, Kiwi, don't spoil or don't explain. It's something I want to discover for myself. Because I haven't read any guides or anything for this, so I kind of want to just explore it for myself naturally. It's lunchtime. Sayori, who usually buys her lunch, is making her way to the cafeteria like any other day. The clamor and bustle of the students is drowned by Sayori's impeccable skill of zoning out. However, her imagination is momentarily interrupted by a glimpse of a familiar pink-haired girl. Because, like, who the fuck else has pink hair? Hey, that's Natsuki! I never run into other club members around the school. Natsuki! Sayori stands on her tiptoes and waves. Natsuki is busy walking and chatting with friends, doesn't notice Sayori at first. Then she glances over in Sayori's direction. Sayori waves enthusiastically. Oh boy, this is gonna get awkward, isn't it? Following her friends, Natsuki quickly ducks around the corner. Hey, she definitely saw me. Oof. Monika is the first to arrive at the club meeting, then Natsuki. Sayori, having glanced through the window to see Natsuki is already inside, is unable to work up the courage to enter. Natsuki's been so distant with me. How stupid I think she ever wants to be friends. She only gets excited because she got to share her manga. It's awesome that she doesn't even like me. Let's just go home today. Whew, Yuri to the rescue. Sorry, do you plan on going inside? No. Why? I'm sulking. Oh. Well, I'm sorry for bothering you. Excuse- Oh my gosh, really? No, don't leave me! Oh, I'll stay here then. I don't want to go in. I'm afraid of bothering Natsuki. I saw her lunch today, so I waved and called out to her. Instead of saying hi, she just ran away from me. Really? Not bad. Hey! Sorry, I'm sorry, that was a joke. It just sounded like something stupid that I would do, from anxiety. From anxiety? Well, I just don't like attention being drawn to myself. Oh. Well, that makes sense based on the person you are. But Mitsuki isn't shy like that at all. I thought we were friends. It feels like every day she's just trying to distance herself more instead of getting closer. It makes me feel like she was only spending time with me during club because I was reading manga, but she doesn't actually want to be friends with me. Well, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context here. Was she in the middle of anything when you approached her? No, she's just walking with her friends. With her friends. Yuri paused for a moment, trying to download the concept of friends. How do I put this? Sayuri, you're very fond of your friends, right? You always want to be spending time with them. Of course! I didn't think there's anything more important to me. I mean, the best parts of my day are always with my friends. Besides, I really hate being alone, so... You hate being alone? Sayuri nods. We're very different people. I cherish my time alone. I wouldn't trade for anything. So I think... Well, if I was trying to have alone time, and was being threatened with an interruption, then... It just would not make me very happy. Yeah, but that's not anything to do with Natsuki. She was already with her friends, not trying to be alone or anything. No, I think it's similar. Well, we're all friends in the club. We have our own lives outside the club as well. If you think about it, making new friends isn't some casual occurrence that happens on a daily basis. A friendship is an invitation to intertwine your lives together. But the capacity which each person is ready to do that might be different. There are friends who just like to have fun together, and others who talk every day and share every detail of their lives with each other. I think when establishing a friendship, it's important to consider the comfort level of the other person. I mean, you don't really know much about Natsuki's life outside the club. It could be that she just simply needs to make friends at her own pace, rather than jump headfirst into a new commitment. But that means I really was bothering her? I just wanted to be good friends with her, so I treated her like one. Was I actually hurting her? I don't know, I'm sorry. Natsuki's not a book. My insight was really based on what I understand about my own needs. And Natsuki and I are completely different, so... Why was I so selfish? Even if that was all true, that still means I hurt her. I think I messed up. Yuri, with you, I think I was really careful to understand your needs when I was becoming friends with you. But I wasn't careful at all with Natsuki because she already seemed really social. I just took control of everything and instead of looking for the right balance. Balance, balance is the theme of this story. Now I hurt her and she doesn't really want to talk to me. How could I let myself do this? Sayuri, I think that... Well, there was one time you told me something about the way that I saw things in my head being different from reality. It's easy to automatically assume in the worst case scenario, but I think it's more likely that Natsuki doesn't harbor any ill feelings towards you. So, I think we were to realistically consider the situation and how it would cause someone to feel, I'm bad at this, I'm sorry. You're a lot better than me at things like comforting and reassuring people. Suddenly, Sayuri gives Yuri a gentle hug, +1 hug energy. You're the best, Sayuri. I'm sorry for burdening you with this. You're trying so hard for me. You're such a sweetheart. It's not a burden. I enjoy listening to others. My friends deserve happiness. Sayuri beams, throwing out a Kamehameha outside the school. Well, I'm thinking I'm gonna give Natsuki some space. She should do what she wants. And she does still want to be friends, then I'll learn her needs, and I'll match her boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure that's what's best. I wish I didn't feel so awful and guilty. It makes me feel desperate, like I need to make it up to her by trying to make her happy. But that's not what she needs, I just have to tell myself that. Okay. Oh shoot, I missed this line. It hurts, but I guess it means I still need to grow. I really want to grow as a person. If it's better to If it's to be better for my friends, I want that. That's very mature of you, Sayori. I'm mature! Sayori hops up and down on her toes. So, does that mean you'll be going home after all? Sayori shakes her head. I need to be here to show her that I respect her space. I'll just spend the club by myself today. Yuri nods in understanding. You can go in first. Okay. You're blocking the door. Oh! Sayori steps aside. By the way, before Yuri enters the club room, Sayori interjects. You said you and Natsuki are completely different, but I really don't think that's true. I think you're actually at least similar in a lot of ways. Yuri smiles and shakes her head. Sayori, that's absurd. You're very silly sometimes. Yuri turns and enters the club room. After a moment, Sayori follows. Oh, this is a long segment. This is the second part, right? Oh. Okay. I'm just pausing my cycling. The club room is quiet. When Sayori walks in, Natsuki glances her direction. Sayori smiles and gives Natsuki a quick wave before sitting down across the room. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, 6 feet under. Sayori decides it's best to continue the manga she was reading, so she pulls it out. However, it looks like Natsuki isn't reading today. She has a sheet of paper on front of her, is tapping a pen against her desk, staring at it. Oh, are we writing today? Maka speaks in a quiet voice, unwilling to disturb the peace of the club room. He kneels down at Natsuki's desk because she's short. Hey! Natsuki pulls the sheet closer to her and covers it with her arms. Sorry, I didn't mean to pee. Whatever. I just wanted to see how everything was going. It's fine. Natsuki replies dismissively. She glances over to Sayori, who's focused on her manga. I nearly said manga. Manga follows Natsuki's gaze. I think she's mad at me. How come? I'm busy right now. Ask me later. Manga falls silent. Natsuki looks back down at her paper. She inches her hand away from the top margin, allowing Monica to see. It says, To Sayori. Understanding, Monica smiles. She places a hand on Natsuki's shoulder and whispers softly, I'm proud of you. ... Natsuki looks away but makes no motion to remove Monica's hand. Monica gives Natsuki's shoulder a quick squeeze before standing back up and pulling away. The end of the club meeting passes. Yuri has already departed. God rest her soul. So has Monica, after checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure that they wouldn't stay too late. Sayori was determined to finish her manga volume before heading out, since the end was approaching. However, Natsuki also stayed late for an unknown reason. Silent tension hangs in the air. After finishing the volume, Sayori brings it to the closet to put away. She slides it back onto the shelf while Natsuki watches. Then Natsuki gets up and pulls it back out in order to return to its proper location. Sorry. I didn't know where we're supposed to go. It's fine. Two files silent again, avoiding eye contact. They both look like they're about to say something, but neither can break the silence. A moment passes. Well, I'll be on my way. See you tomorrow! Sayori turns away to hide her pained expression, then walks away from the closet. If there's any proof that Natsuki no longer wanted to be friends, this was it. Defeated, Sayori carries herself out of the classroom. Oh, this sucks. Once in the hallway, Sayori takes a deep breath and hits her palms against the trees to clear her head a little. Natsuki's stammering voice calls from behind. Natsuki? Startled, Sayori turns back to face Natsuki. Oh, guys, this is another cute picture. Natsuki fidgets and anxiously continues with a shaking voice. Oh, she's got a paper in her hands. I have a lot of things to say. Me too, but you go first. Natsuki bites her lips and can't stay still. Well, first of all, Natsuki cuts herself short, struggling to continue. Trying to force the words out, she stamps her foot and hops up and down. I'm sorry for the thing I did at lunch. I'm sorry for just being kind of mean lately. It's really hard for me to I'm not good with things that make me feel uncomfortable. Especially when it comes to like feelings and stuff. So, oh, so cute! She's adorable. This is a really good picture of her. Face burning, Natsuki clamps up again. Instead of continuing, she simply holds up a sheet of paper for Sayori to take. Sayori, I love you. The best place in the world. Oh, we got another poem, nice. Little word for the connection. The best place in the world. I love my bedroom. It's full of bright colors and soft things. The sunlight shines in and makes everything sparkle. It's the best place in the world. It has all my treasures, all my books, my collections, my memories. All my dreams were born in this room. It's the best place in the world. It has all my secrets, all my failures, my fears, my feelings. Sometimes it feels so fragile that the door will break at the slightest touch, but still the best place in the world. When someone knocks, I get scared. I brace my arms against the loose hinges. Please don't break. Don't come in. I'm not ready. It's my best place in the world. Knocking won't stop. I've locked the door with furniture. Now I peek around the keyhole and I panic. I'm trapped in the best place in the world. I'm not ready to share my favorite place. I need to clean my secrets and make my bed to hide my nightmares. I need to touch them to put them away, to see them again. I have so much to do that I'm scared. I'm not ready. But it's still my favorite place. I still want to share it. However long it takes, and you wait patiently. I'll eventually open a door, and I'll show you the best place in the world. Aww. This is actually a really beautiful poem. It's a poem. But I thought, well, I sucked it up so I could work things out with you. Oh, my heart. This face just gets my heart. Oh my gosh. So just be happy about it. Please? Sari smiles deeply from the bottom of her heart. I'm happy that I can express. It feels so awful, but I'm so happy that you would do this for me. I actually realized before the club meeting today that I made a mistake. I got so caught up in the chance to get close to you that I forgot to think about what you wanted. And then we probably have different ways we'd like to make friends. About like the friendship stuff. It's okay. I understand, so you don't have to force yourself to talk about it. Your poem did a good job. So don't force yourself, you're not ready yet, okay? Natsuki nods. You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It's my fault and I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you or anything like that. I actually felt really guilty and wanted to give you space. I was thinking it's silly that I just approach you all the time, that I just let you approach me when you wanted to. Just whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'll expect it from now on. Friendships should always start with these things. With the right balance. Natsuki nods again. One thing about that. Well, I don't want to have to approach you all the time either. I just want to be balanced, like you said. Sayori nods. I understand. Well, we'll make sure of that together then. Well, anyway, now the two of them found some common ground, Natsuki finds it easy to speak more freely again. I'm not gonna be like sharing my poems all the time now, or anything like that. But I just want her to do once in a while. Only the best ones. So you better like them, because otherwise I might change my mind. I like anything you do, Natsuki. I was just saying, more importantly, I have to tell you about my new boyfriend. What? Wait, what? What? I have to tell you about my new boyfriend. Huh? Oh, from the manga! Wait, I need to guess who it is. You definitely won't be able to guess. The two of them walk down the hallway together. Oh my god. Oh my god, we have so much to talk about. Darn, I should have told you to save the last chapter so I could see your reaction to the big reveal. Oh, you wanted to enjoy it with me. That's so cute. Oh, shush. It was the manga boyfriend, not the actual character boyfriend. It's a pretty nice one too. Oh, look at her. These are really nice. These are really nice pictures. Wait, two? Wait, what's the other one? Wait! A poem from Natsuki, distributed special events past. Wait, guys! This is a new poem. I named my pen The Expression Express. My feelings aboard with a ticket to you. No room for stammers, no lies, no extra stops, no compromise. Station screaming by, attendant saying hi. One ticket to you, please and thank you. Take a headphone and doze. No bump in the rails, just thumps my heart. And loops my letters and clouds in the sky, and dreams in your eyes. Hey, wake up! The train has arrived. Expression Express, destination you. Choo choo! Oh my god, it's adorable. Acquire all of Natsuki's other poems. I wonder, so there's one more poem that we're missing. And then of course we got the side story. There's only two more, so I'm guessing these are the final ones that Kiwi told us about. I think 100%? We're at 75%. Okay. We have 1 hour left. Okay, so we'll try to get through as much as we can. Oh, my throat's getting worn out though, so maybe we'll do one more story start. We'll finish Self-Love on the next tomorrow. We'll do the hunt for 100%. Oh, it's not just the water, it's also my energy level. Takes a lot for me to just keep on going through this. Alright. Alright. Well, we'll see how far we get. And then what we'll do for the next stream is we'll try to figure out if we can get to 100%. That'll be the goal. If we get to 100%, that'd be nice. But it might mean we might have to speedrun the, oh my god. Might mean we have to speedrun the, goddamn DDLC. That's gonna be a little bit annoying. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you're always so into when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize. It even takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social and let others do the work. So it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone's being too silly for me to keep up with, or when Yuri glances across the room at Sayori Natsuki. Sayori has her head cocked back and mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie that Natsuki's lobbing to the air. The pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need, they just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They've become really good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, haven't we? Though that may be partially my fault, since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I've probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself, like a ninja. The responsibility to engage is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about the times like during lunch? You meet up with friends? I just read. Books are my friends. Oh. But I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning. Okay. Kind of dumb thing. I read the classes as cheese. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of cheese. Hmm? Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose this is all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of the series. There's still 2 more books after this one. Good. Oh. I guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I'll read anything with depth and beauty, maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri, you know what I mean. Monka lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do too. ... Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely, and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like... please don't make me think about the past. Sorry, I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That'd be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it's just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch. Sorry, I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past, too. You know, things like you feel too embarrassed to re-experience. There's nothing wrong with going out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds you how quite a bit intense I used to be about my own interests. It makes you feel like she'll likely grow out of it, too. Hey, were you talking about me? No, we were just... Oh, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple of years ago, I guess. I was already sort of bit into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then. Oh yeah? What was it that inspired you to get more into it? I don't know. I guess, let me think. It was after I discovered a series I really liked. Yeah, I was like, really fed up with a lot of things and got super into this one series I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be all by myself. Hey, kinda like Yuri. But Monica... Sorry. That's completely wrong, so... It's still cool that you both really found your thing. It's almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you a lot through hard times. You know it. Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high would you think it'd go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that's more like 50 volumes long, so I can say I've read more than you. Not that I've had the money for that. Please, I would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, it's just joking. I never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki. It's not boring. Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion, I just think it's too convoluted. Oof, ... Sayori, are those from... Wait, Sayori, are those from... Wait, what? Oh, okay, I'm just like getting confused with Justin Koo. Sayori, are those from the floor? Gross. Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books. My hands aren't dirty. I ate it like a chicken. I picked from the floor. Ew. Just do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. Sayori trots out the door and Natsuki follows. ... Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Harley, she was so condescending. I don't think she minds if it's not for her. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand it's not for everyone. But she knows how much these mean to me. So how just leave me alone instead of needlessly telling me things you hate about it? I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they don't like and don't like. Especially in the literature club. You should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep everyone positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well this is something I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary, I just wish to be respected. That then. Either way, I'll do my best. Hey there, Booney Nikini Aishai. Okay. Good luck with the lab testing. Oh my god, sorry I'm yawning so much. I did break my fast and eat carbs, so I think my body's just reacting to that as well. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna lift up the disc. I'm gonna do some more cycling to burn off some of that glucose. Oh, my wrists are kind of reacting a little bit badly though. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monica, but I'm skeptical. Did I mention I'm skeptical? I'm skeptical of Natsuki skeptically. Okay, everyone. We have a special club. We special club meeting today. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is a place where we get to share feelings that we are really passionate about. But it also means we should be mindful how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. I'm gonna probably slow down my speaking, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused of something. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if it came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the Literature Club. Don't you think? I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep positive atmospheres in the club. If you say so. Sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when we're receiving our thoughts. It goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? I have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks? What do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruits? That's easy. Cherries! Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious! Whoa, that was a pretty strong reaction. Well, I just don't understand how anyone could think cherries are nasty. How does it make you feel? I don't know. Sad? Defensive, maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See? The reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. When I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. Wait, hold on! How's that objective when you just said it was only your own opinion? It has to do with the way our brains interpret their words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori, let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that cherries were nasty. Good! So what if instead of that, I said like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Okay, so cherries are kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talked about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we received an invitation to talk about our feelings, or our differences. Oops. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you or something. I know that. I was just... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language to a filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting is suggesting it as a tool to help turn your differences into a positive experience, rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? Whatever you say, cherry hater. Oh, come on. Sayori, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. What the heck? I've been duped! I'm sorry. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. I fucking love Sawyer's lines. Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable. Oh? Like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. That was... I was really not keeping track of them. Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, where do you want to start? Well... I'd rather not know. Oh, how come? Well, because... I don't see how anything productive could come from that. Is this gonna start a fight? No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. You don't have to coddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to just speak your mind. Respectable? Yuri's expression changes at that word. As Monica recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like, it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I like for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh, well that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say that manga's for children or something. Like I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I've read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life, and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me? Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga's immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Hey, this is something that we should have had in the original game. Almost. Dot. Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki. Nobody's immature. I read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy, and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me. That's objective. But, I mean, the thing about... This is ridiculous. You see why I didn't want to participate in this? I knew it was just gonna make people upset. I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think. I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody has at least a bit of respect for the things I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself. I'm just trying to mind my own business. What? Haven't you looked in the mirror? Oh, my voice is stumbling over the words, sorry. What? Have you looked in a mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all my interests immature. You can't... Please stop. Please? You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? Wow, Yuri, cutting deep. Yuri's piercing, cutting, slashing, stabbing words send this clubroom into a choked silence. The gurgle on the blood of the... As she gathers her things. She leaves. Hey, this is Kururu. Holy crap. I never heard her sound like that Oh, she must be so pissed. Well, you weren't very nice either, so... I was just saying. How did this happen? It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am with dealing with conflicts. It was a really stupid thing for me to do. It's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club's a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga. You've actually looked down on other people for it? That's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things. It's just about recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you're trying to do, but I really think that the problem here is her. Not just like the way we talk to each other. Okay? Right? I mean... Yuri isn't like that. She's not sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. Actually, I think everyone should. No. Oh, sorry. Okay, I misread. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Well, I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But, it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk and read manga whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force a reassuring tone in her voice. This is bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other, least out anyone, and this is the reason. As Sayuri and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with Monica sighs herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really just have to come to terms with the fact that some members will be compatible with each other? Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayuri doesn't either. Once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. Oh, we got mail. Staying focused on our goals. As a reminder to help guide our data collection, any analysis form should be focused on answering some of these main questions. How does granting elevated access to the virtual machine affect a person's emotional state? How does granting elevated access to VM affect a person's values and goals? How does someone effectively navigate and experiment with the ability to change the contents of the VM? How is elevated access being weaponized? What actions and values most contribute to the destruction of the universe? Most importantly, how might your observations apply to our own universe? Bonus, how can we present this to upper management as an operation that benefits the company? Unrelated note, whoever changed the color scheme of the desktop to pink, can you please change it back? It's unprofessional and runs the risk of drawing eyes. Project manager, senior engineer, system administrator, senior engineer. Oh, it's the same person. I wonder. So, are they treating like Monica as an actual person, or is like an AI within the simulation? That's the real question. Wait a minute. Is that the backstory that they're trying to give? Like, Monica in the regular DDLC, like the original DDLC game, was given elevated permissions. And then that's what causes all the glitches. They basically rip open a hole in Monica's reality and give her elevated permissions, while also hiding it from her. Okay, I think we might just be able to get through reflection in time. A new day arrives. Sayori arrives at the clubroom earlier than usual. That is not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So, she sits down at the desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thoughts. Sayori has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry. ... My heart feels vacant because the ship sailed away. Yo. Yeah! Natsuki! Natsuki pokes her head from behind the closet door. She slithers out like a snake. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. It would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I doubt you want me listening on your poetry thing. Yeah. Thanks for realizing that. Shall I let you finish that up then? Oh no, it wasn't... I mean... I just do it whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monica, by the way? Oh, she's... out in the hallway. Huh? Why? Well... just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri's too nervous to come to the club room by herself, so... Oh. Jeez. Does Yuri really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while, but as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. You're supposed to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we all just ignore it and move on. Hello there, Kriti_. It has been good. Thank you for asking. I don't want to be bothered by this. It's so stupid. Her opinion to me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty, and I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. ... Let's figure this one out together. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Let's try to come up with a happy scene. One that the player can unlock. Maybe it'll help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy with the way things were, but we had to have that conversation yesterday. What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it you being mean about the manga? Maybe. I doubt it though. My friends and other people make fun of manga all the time. I just brush it off and ignore them. But something about it really got to me this time, and I hate that I'm letting that happen. Is it because it came from Yuri? No, why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. I just hate that she thinks she's so much better than me just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's what it is. It's let people decide that they don't like me, or manga, or whatever. But Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance. I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly. Won't you give Yuri's books a chance? Huh? After this, obviously not. What about before this? Well, I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. If you actually keep an open mind, it's not hard to realize the story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. I see. But you know, I like Yuri's books. Yeah, we like manga more, right? Sayori shakes her head. I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just like go with. And the fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. The most important thing is that that manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So I love them both. I think there's more room for both of them to be in the same club together. I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think. Oop. How come we get along with everyone so well? I always get into fights with people. Like first it was Monica when I was new to the club. And then it was you, and now it's Yuri. I'm always like, oh, that person's being such a jerk. If they just realize that, then we just at least get along. But nobody else has this problem. You just keep running away from the reality that everyone's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. And I don't know why, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Natsuki. Sari puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, you know? And sometimes that makes it hard for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky and we make friends who are just really good at the same kinds of communication. It makes you feel like you magically connect with them. But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other, or to get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles a lot with too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of, reflection and self-awareness. And self-reflection, just like the side story and vulnerability. I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. I always have to be the strongest. The best fighter. What do you mean? I need the top of the world. Tell me about that part of you. Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, and I guess my dad. Like when I don't get good grades, or even stupid things like if my room isn't clean. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then it's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So things always have to be better. Things always have to be everyone else's fault. It feels like something goes wrong and there's even a tiny hint that might be my fault, then I just get really angry and find ways to blame everything else first. You see yourself as better than Yuri? If I said that, that would just sound really full of myself. No. Our thoughts and feelings are two different things. If we don't like our feelings, we have to understand that if we want to learn more about themselves. That's a part of vulnerability, you know? Accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person. My feelings just want me to tell that I'm so much better than her. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase and I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You're not your feelings. But you're not your feelings. Say that to yourself, out loud. Fine. I'm not my feelings. The way I like to picture is, those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house, you get to see each other every day. And even if you just ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other every now and then. It's gonna make you feel like poop. Just like finding that your roommate pooped all over the room. That's poop. So, the other option is to get to know each other and clean up the poop. You can communicate and learn from each other, and maybe help each other change for the better, like pooping in a toilet. Does it help you understand? How do you know so much about this stuff? I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. The poop stinks. It's called depression. Depression? But you're like the happiest person I know. I am not my feelings. I want to be a good person like you. Aw, you little sweetheart. We're all good people. You, Yuri, and Monica. I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you. Natsuki remained silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seemed to fill her, as if flowing from a wound inside her. Was it a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't as though she inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Yuri, what are you doing all the way under here? I was looking for you. Oh, it's the embarrassed look. Oh yeah, I don't know. The rapid changes seem to get to me. Please don't yell at me. Oh, I'm not gonna yell at you. I'm gonna scream at you. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair of me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time, I won't just try to jump in and solve everyone else's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine. You're not mad at me? I thought you were the one mad at me. I was so awful yesterday. Yuri curls up into a ball. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Recalling the details of the argument. I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset. Hold on, that's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay? Dot. Yuri pauses for a second and he manages to nod. Maka takes a seat next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns, and I can't get away from them. What kinds of negative thought patterns? What kinds of things are you computing, fellow human? Like, everyone hates me. Especially Natsuki. That's terrible. Not that Natsuki hates you. How do you know? Well, because Maka thinks about the time that she found herself in an altercation with Natsuki. And how display of maturity was enough for Natsuki to... A display of maturity from Monica was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well. I think Natsuki's just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's not really a bad person. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate. She's just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first, before she feels comfortable returning it. Oh. Well, that means the burden's on me. And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, it's just... Yuri shakes her head and tugs on her hair. It's okay, Yuri. You don't need to beat yourself up. I think anyone would like you if they had the chance to get to know you. Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said she found it more respectful when people speak their minds, so I did. Then she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears. But Sayori and I like you. We've gotten to know you a lot more by now, right? Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? I don't think about her. It's not what I mean, really. I was just wondering if you had an opinion of her. I do. What is it? Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person, so for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my tastes, that's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her. It makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again. My feelings about her are wrong. And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential. No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong. So it's like they're both getting the opposite advice? I don't know. Well, they're not right. That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know? There's just a state of being that we always don't have control over. Okay, never mind. It's different advice. Similar advice. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things. Or we can, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. You're not gonna be mad at you just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. Yuri wears a distracted expression. You make it sound so easy. You're so mature. So good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison. Oh, Yuri, I'm far from perfect. But these are learned skills. They didn't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your thoughts. I just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. It's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her. Communicate what? How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of getting in the way. I can't stand it when the pieces are disturbed like this. Yeah, you can't focus on the reading when the pieces are disturbed, right? Because the literature club should be happy for everyone. ... Monika looks at Yuri in adoration. I feel like Sayori must be rubbing off on me because I really want to hug you now. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, that wouldn't really mind, so. Monika pulls Yuri to a short embrace. Monika gains +1 hug energy! Woo! You're so gentle. And I love when you communicate your feelings. I feel like I get to see that side of you. And I'm sure Natsuki will too. I'm going to write her a letter. Oh, a letter? What a great idea! Just because I'm not good at talking. Especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me and I forget to say all the important things, and I say things I don't mean. Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. It's such a nice way to communicate. Yuri's face hardens determination, +1 defense. People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you and Sayori. My personality just isn't suited for that. And I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I would never see myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me so that we can get along. I think it's the same with you. You both gave me a lot of time and patience. And I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki? Yuri nods. I always thought if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. That there's a type of person or magical formula to follow and make someone like me. And that's just like me to think like that. I'm always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people. Yuri shakes her hand. Friendship happens when you think about the other person. When you offer time and effort to understand them and respect them, and trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned from my observations in the literature club. Observations? Monika is caught by surprise. Yuri's always kept to herself so much that it's so unusual for her to hear her suddenly talk about a club like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself. You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sayori too. It makes me happy because I learn a lot of things. That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant that much to you. Monika never thought much of it, but in the past few weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive when it came to problems and concerns of others. Always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. It's true, Sayori and Monika are naturally more comfortable with other people, and can more easily work through situations of conflict. But that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and capacity to improve. The first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monika can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. Okay, it's actually starting to get a little bit late, and I have to get ready for work. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably stop it here, on a nice little cliffhanger, and I'll start again at the end of this, unless you guys want me to try to finish the next 6 minutes. because I feel like it might get a little bit rushed. Construction? Oh, you mean like the image from earlier? Yeah. The side stories are something called the control simulation, apparently. It's before Monica got messed with. Okay. So it's gonna be tomorrow at 1 p.m. on my day off. 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. EST. So you guys should be able to catch it. It was the second highest voted one. So the idea is we'll finish this one up. Unfortunately there's no skip button, so it may take me a bit of clicking, but I'll do it before the stream starts. So I'll try to start right at this part. We'll do the last story. We'll see if we can hunt down 100% completion. Hopefully we can get 100% completion. I don't know if doing the reset button is going to only reset the original game, or if it's going to reset the entire machine, but I do hope it is just the game, so we can go back and get the other stuff if needed. And maybe we can kind of unlock the further stories of what's been going on behind all this. Alright. So thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. Next stream again is tomorrow, Thursday, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. EST. I'll make the announcements. And I believe the VRChat stream is going to be after work for me on Sunday, 3:30 p.m. EST. So people should be able to attend that. That's alright. But again, we'll be finishing this up, and then we'll be going into the next story, essentially. It's the best solution I can think of, because I do have to get ready for work now. Other than that, I do hope you all enjoyed, and do hope to see you again next time. Alright. And with that, I will cut off the stream right now. Bye bye everyone. And cut.